Hi everyone, I'm Arfat from BuilderAddon. In this video, I'll very quickly tell you what BuilderAddon for Oxygen does. It is based on an entirely different concept of how we work with our visual page builders like Oxygen. For example, BuilderAddon takes away the necessity of creating or dealing with classes. So it gives you this global style button and this primary and secondary style preset, and also this custom preset button. You can activate this global style button to edit all the headings in your site. So if I now go to the typography tab and maybe uppercase it, then you will see that all the heading in your site is now uppercase. So if I go to some other heading, you will see this one is also now uppercase. But if I remove the uppercase, this one is not uppercase anymore, and this one also not uppercase. But this global style won't be enough for you. So you will probably want to have a different style for some headings. For that, we have this primary style and the secondary style. When you activate the primary style for any element, then this element will now have all the styles from this primary style. To edit the primary style, I'll also activate the global style editor. And now if I, let's say, underline this heading, then this heading is now underlined. And if I come to this heading and activate the primary style for this heading will also have the underline. Secondary style works the same way. You can have a different style for all your secondary headings. As you can see, this primary and secondary style along with the global style will be enough for most of your elements. But you may want to have some additional ones. In that case, we have presets. So if I go here, I can type any class name like maybe heading hero and then add it as a class. But because presets from BuilderAddon are element specific, you don't need to add this heading part. Just remove it and add it as a preset. Now if you make any style changes, let's change its color to red, then the heading will now have the red color. If you now come down to this heading and click here, you will see that all the custom presets for the heading is already available here. So you won't have to type the name here and then select it from the list. No, it is already available here. So if you click on it, it will be added. And to remove it, you just delete it. Same thing again. You can just go here and remove it from the element. And if you want to permanently delete the custom preset, you can just delete on this button and confirm. And maybe also remove the primary style. Besides taking away the necessity of dealing with classes, BuilderAddon also takes away the necessity of dealing with breakpoints. Usually what you will do is go to every single breakpoint and change its style. So for this heading, you will probably want to have a font size maybe 80 in this breakpoint, and then in this breakpoint you may want to have it 60, then a different value in this breakpoint, a different value in this breakpoint, and a different one in here. So maybe by this breakpoint you would want to have it 40. But with BuilderAddon, that's not necessary. You can remove any of the values from these middle breakpoints. So from this breakpoint, no value is required, nothing here. Also from here, I can just remove this value. You will just need to have a value at the minimum breakpoint and at the maximum breakpoint. And then turn on fluid typography. That's it. Everything in between is now fluid. You don't need to individually style for every single breakpoint. Currently, BuilderAddon has this fluid typography feature, but very soon it will have the fluid sizing feature for all your padding, margin, and these sizing elements. So this way, you won't have to deal with breakpoints ever again. You can just set a value for your max breakpoint and your min breakpoint, and that will be all. Also, the fluid typography feature not just work with pixel, it also works with rem. So you can have either rem or pixel. BuilderAddon also has fluid scale. So when any of the heading is selected and you activate the global style and go to the typography tab, you will see an extra option called font size scale. You can use this feature to automatically scale all your headings. So maybe if I added a section and added some headings in here and then duplicate it, and then change that tags to h1 to h2, 3, h4, this one 5, and this one 6. And then if I activate the global style editor and maybe set a font size here, let's set it 18 pixel. And if I go to typography tab, you'll see the same 18 pixel here. But here for the font size scale, you can set any value in here. As you can see, all the headings are being multiplied by this font size scale value. This way you won't have to individually change the font size of every single heading. Font size scale also works alongside fluid typography. So you can have a maximum font size and a minimum font size and then turn on fluid typography, and all the headings will work according to their fluid typography and font size scale. Now let's say you want to have a different font size for your H2 element. For that you can go to your settings, global styles, and here you will see all these heading tags. So if you select H2 and go to typography and change its font size to maybe 20 pixel, you can see that all the headings are respecting the font size scale, but the H2 heading is now 20 pixel. I'll remove it, and beside your heading tags you also have the body tag and the root selector. These two are helpful for things like defining your CSS variables, styling your entire site, and having a consistent design. Now let me remove this section and go back to the top. You will notice that I have imported a design library from Oxygen and changed some of its colors. When you import any design sets from maybe Oxygen or any third-party design library, if you go to colors, they'll have their own colors. So for this design set, it comes with this atomic color set and it has some colors. If you imported some other design library, they will come with their own colors. That's because we don't have a standardized way of working with colors. But BuilderAddon changes that. So if you go back, you will see this new folder here, BuilderAddon colors. If you go inside, you will see all these color options here. And these color options are all named semantically. So this background one, you will be using it for all your backgrounds. Foreground ones, you will be using them for your headings, text, and so this sort of things. Brand color, like for your buttons and places like this. So if you select any element and go to color, then you will see this entire palette here. From here you can select any colors. After importing this design set, I have changed all their colors to their respective BuilderAddon colors. So if I go to this class, then you will see that I have changed this color to a BuilderAddon color. And because of how BuilderAddon colors work, you have 3 variations for every color. These will be useful for having a darker or lighter color for your design. So maybe when the button is hovered, you want to show a darker or a lighter color. And because of how this color palette is organized, you will no longer have to think about which color to use where. No, everything will be taken care of by this color palette. Beside that, BuilderAddon comes with a built-in light and dark mode. So if I click on this dark mode button, you'll see that the entire site automatically changes to a dark mode. And I didn't do anything for this. This is purely automatic. As a result, your visitors will automatically see a dark version if they have a dark mode set on their device, and they'll see the light version if they have a light mode set on their device. Beside this, you can add this light and dark mode toggle. So if you go to the add element and type theme toggle, then you will see this element here, which I have added here. If I save it and then go to its front end, exit to and preview, you will see preview is also another feature from BuilderAddon. If I click on it, then it will open the page in a new tab, and every time I save it, this page will automatically refresh. As you can see, I am now seeing the light mode because my device has light mode enabled. But if I click on this theme toggle, it will change to light mode, and even if I refresh this page, it will stay in the light mode. Now I'll go back and talk about another feature. See, with BuilderAddon, you can build sites very fast while following all the best practices. But what if you want to build another site? Then you will have to do all the things that you did in this site again. But with BuilderAddon, that's not the case. You can use its export import feature to export individual things to another site. So let's say for the colors, you will see this export import button from BuilderAddon. If you click on it, it will give you an option to export import colors. If you go to selectors panel, you will also see the same export import button to export import your selectors. This way you can bring all your work from one site to another. Beside these things, BuilderAddon comes with some other improvements. Also, this was a very quick overview of the features. If you want to see a more detailed video of how these features work, watch the introduction video from the link in the description. This will be all for today. Bye.